Okay, everybody. I'm a little hungry for breakfast today. And so those are 2 zucchini flowers, some radishes, 2 little tiny potatoes, not Swiss chard, rainbow chard, there we go. And on top of that, we've got a nice little leek flower here with its long stalk. And that will give me a nice oniony flavor. And now, oops, I forgot to bring, oh nope, there it is. Now I'm going to come over to some of these radish tops and we're going to cut some of these up. And I figure if the radish taste good cooked, these microgreens should taste good cooked. Now I know all you people on your raw food, that's wonderful. That's great, and I love raw juice food. But I'm trying to see how different many ways I can cook the radish, because I am relying on it during this month. So I'm gonna shave, come down here with the knife, and I'm just gonna literally shave. It's gonna be impossible to do with one hand. I should have put this on the tripod, the camera on the tripod, so I could have done this. Let's see if I can prop the camera up there so that you can see. Yep, okay. And then I'll come in here and grab a pinch and just literally carve off the tops and throw them in my bowl. And I'm just gonna do that on anywhere there's big chunks of these. Now here's an interesting question. What do you think? Do you think the radishes that I'm cutting the tops off of are going to grow back, or do you think they're going to die off? I'm personally betting on that they're going to die off, hoping that that's going to thin out the area, but there are other people on lot 1 who believe kind of the other way, that it's just going to keep coming back unless I pull up the roots. Alright, well that's enough of you seeing how I'm kind of cutting these off here. And we'll show you some of the finished product when we're all done. Actually, I think that's for breakfast. Seeing as I'm only really cooking for myself this morning, that's probably all I need. And we'll see how those microgreens that I've cut up taste cooked. I know they taste really good, really nice and sweet, just raw, right off the vine. You can grab one and just pop it in your mouth and it's great. Doesn't taste like radish at all. It tastes almost like a sweet lettuce. So what I'm hoping, what else tastes like sweet lettuce? Baby spinach. And you can cook baby spinach and it tastes really good. So I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna try with these. All right, talk to you later. Okay, so this is my potatoes. The zucchini flower is what you see there in the yellow. That's radish greens. The orange is the ruby chard, or rainbow chard, excuse me. And then, of course, the microgreens there in green. Okay, so this is me starting to fry it up with the butter, melting down the butter. I chose to narrate this section because one of my lovely roommates was vacuuming during my filming, and I also wanted to try out the narration. Part of this experiment is learning different forms of filming so that the documentary looks good and that I can give the editor a lot of good footage. Okay, so in hindsight here, you're seeing that I'm putting everything in at once. In hindsight, I really should have started with the potato and the radish, cooked them for a little bit of time because they were more meatier texture. They have that thicker texture to them and needed to fry a little bit. If you were going to repeat this recipe, I suggest you start with those two, get them to a light golden brown, and then add in your chard or your kale. And then after that's cooked up for a few seconds, then add in your microgreens. You'll notice in the final footage of this film that my microgreens were a little blackened Even though I did add a little bit of water, you can see it steaming off there on the side just to make it more of a steam while frying situation. And they're it was extremely tasty. I added garlic and a few other things into it. Butter, garlic, salt were the only spices I added for this mixture. An interesting fact is that I had, because of the microgreens having the same nutritional value as the radish, even though there was only 4 radishes, I added 3 cups of radish in nutritional value. Here it is at the final product. And as you can see, as I said, it's a little blackened, the radish microgreens, so as I suggest, you start them later in the process in the next one. Well, I hope this has been educational, and I hope you enjoy it, and check back tomorrow. There'll be new videos.